So spawning on the bottom left position on Daybreak as the orange Terran. His name is Flash, playing for Tech Bang Lee Song.
And spawning up in the top right-hand position, the captain of his team, Roro, who's eternal misery. It's Roro.
And Roro saying, if I just do the same thing that Life did on this map, can I win? And Flash responding, well, since you play better than Life, you might just win even without copying Life.
Whoa, is that what Flash said?
Well, Flash is a little bit more, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Cocky?
He's more nice.
Oh, he's more nice?
When it comes to the banters, he doesn't bash as much when it comes to the event matches, except when he's pretending to be someone else. That's a long story. I'll explain that a little bit in the few seconds.
What are these guys talking about right now?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Roro saying, please do not use the booster as much as possible, and Flash going, well, please try to show that Zerg is overpowered because Zergs are overpowered. Roro going, well, we need a Terran nerf. And you can see Flash crying in the last 3 letters right there. Yeah, that's actually supposed to represent someone crying. There's only supposed to be 2 of them. And even Roro saying, well, you also have to think about calm, and we need to get to set number 4. And Flash is like, oh man, do I have to lose on purpose just to get calm out here?
Well, we wouldn't get to see Bisu play if Flash wins here.
Yeah, and Roro saying that's just a wish for today.
Well, then I guess everyone who wants to see a 4th game is going to be rooting for Roro this game against Flash.
We might even see Flash win the game. It's like, you know what? We want Calm and Bisu out, so I'm just going to type the GG first.
He could do that.
He doesn't get any warning for it today.
Yeah, he could actually do that.
So, going back, Flash, he's more modest player. He's more nice when it comes to the mashing between the 2 players, except when he was pretending to be Bisu in Bisu versus Flash in one of the All-Star matches. Basically, what happened is it was the last match for the All-Stars, and we thought that it was going to be a regular TBP on the map called Benzene back in Brood War, and Flash and Bisu played, except Flash played as Protoss under Bisu's name, and Bisu played Terran under Flash's name. And Flash acted like he was Bisu throughout the whole game. So he was telling Bisu something like, hey Flash, Flash, quote unquote, this is how you use carriers. Of course, Bisu known for not managing the carriers well in Brood War.
Very true.
Very true. I mean, Bisu, he's more like Reavers. He's more using the Arbiters, anything but carriers.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember him saying that in practice he does great with carriers, but in live games things just do not work out that well for him.
Oh man, look at the Kim Carrier band. I forgot which one it was, but it involves Bisu with Blue Storm against Flash. That one.
All right, well,
that was a great video.
Let's go ahead and see what these players are doing this game. Zerg took a early gas, not too early, but you know, he wanted to get that speed out. That's pretty important nowadays against Terran, so you won't see Zergs miss out on that gas too often, but occasionally they will. They'll try to play a little bit greedier if they're very comfortable, but they have to be worried about the Reapers.
And it seems like Flash, he wants to get the reactor. He's getting the factory. So what do you think Flash could do behind this?
Well, Flash really started to popularize this Marine, occasional Marauder, Medevac, and Widow Mine playstyle, which has kind of replaced the tanks in a way, and it can be a little bit more, I guess, risky to pull off earlier on in the game if your opponent goes for some type of big Baneling bust. But later on in the game, the composition is a bit more mobile than the siege tanks. You still have to plant your Widow Mines, but it can be a lot easier. Or I guess not easier, because it's still hard to manage them, but you're just more mobile overall. With your Widow Mines, you can attack faster, and generally a lot more drop plays involved as well.
Yeah, and Roro, if he knows where the Widow Mines are planted, he needs to make sure that he pretty much takes them out one by one. If not, then you got a group of Zerglings running over one single Widow Mine, and they're just gone from the map.
Yeah, now we're going to have to see how well Roro's Zergling control against Widow Mines is this game, because players recently, they've been doing a lot of research into how exactly Widow Mines work. And for those of you guys who may not be too familiar, essentially the Widow Mine, it has about 5 range, and once a unit moves in that 5 range, it will lock onto a unit automatically, and it will essentially channel for 1.5 seconds, and then the missile will launch. But if that unit leaves the radius, then the attack channel will be reset, and it will have to lock onto another unit and redo that channel time once again before it attacks. So.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
So basically, what you can do is you can run a unit in and then out really quick and have some more units attack the mine or run past it and potentially avoid the Widow Mine damage.
And for some people who were wondering when they saw the finals between Flash and Life for MOG, and when the Widow Mines didn't pop, that's the reason. I mean, Life, he had the Zerglings running over, but he wasn't in such a perfect range such that the Zergling was locked on, but within 1.5 seconds he left the radius. So none of the Zerglings died, and that's why Flash lost on this exact map.
All right, well, we do have a few Hellions out in the field, a good amount here. So we're not going to be seeing Widow Mines just yet, though. We have 2 on the way right now.
Well, that's 2 extra because I saw 2 already made.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Cool. So we already have some Widow Mines on the way. I've noticed this is actually a build that I've been seeing a lot of. And I was actually talking to Doa about this build, and he's been practicing this build, so he knows all about this. I guarantee you. He's like, yeah, I know this little fast build. This is the timing where you get that reactor, you get this many Hellions.
Uh-oh, but look at this. One Widow Mine getting crushed before it gets planted.
Yeah, so it looks like Flash, he's going to need that upgrade. The Tunneling Claws, I think it's called. Not Tunneling Claws. Do you remember the name of the upgrade for the Widow Mine?
I'm also trying to think. I'm on the same page as you right now.
Sorry, guys, can't remember, but basically it makes the Widow Mines burrow faster, and with that upgrade, he would have been able to survive that Zergling attack.
So Roro finally getting the lair. He's getting a macro hatch inside the main base. Flash, he has 1 Widow Mine. He has more Widow Mines coming out, but for now, he wants to get the medevacs out. The booster for the medevacs, it has everyone crying on ladder,
Yes,
especially all Protoss players, all Zerg players.
Even Terrans are occasionally crying about it too, because they're like, the units, they just like boost into my base, and I can't boost out.
They don't have any rights. They don't have any rights. They're Terran players.
I guess you really can't complain about your own units. You can try.
They don't feel the pain as much as we do when we get boosted inside and the medevac leaves with the booster and we're trying to get it, but we can't.
I don't want to join the large statistic of people complaining about the boosters. I'm sure Blizzard will figure out what they want to do with them eventually, so I have full confidence in them to be able to handle the balance and adjustment changes in the future, part of the Swarm.
Well, that's why we also have a team named Booster in the event match, and with Coach Park for EGTL. He did say that if he wins the whole event match, then he's going to push towards Terran Nerf because of the booster.
All right, well, guys, looks like we're going to have some action here. We have a lot of Zerglings, but they're not going to be able to deal with this Marine and Hellion force.
He needs the Banelings, and here we go. The Zerglings trying to get us around from the back, forcing Flash to lift up and use the booster to get out of there.
He's just boosting over the Queens. He's going to go right into the main base of Roro, but Roro, he does have that excellent creep spread. The Lings are already in the main base, ready for this drop, and Flash, he has to get out of there pretty much immediately.
Yeah, but it seems like Flash, he also has reinforcements coming out, this time with Widow Mines. So now Flash is going to drop inside the main base or the natural, trying to draw out the attention over here. And attacking into the main base, Roro saying, I told you not to use the boosters, man, but look at this, Widow Mines getting crushed even before they plant.
All right, this is a very strong drop here. Flash in an excellent position, and he's going to be boosting around with more medevacs into the main base soon. Roro, where is his units? He needs to defend this natural base, and he's going to have to deal with the attack in the main base as well from 2 different angles.
Yeah, this is... Does he see that? It seems like the Baneling's going to the left side, gets completely crushed, and Roro's out on the map. Does he have enough units inside the main base? No, he's going to have to run the drones away. He only has 1 swarm host. Here comes the Banelings trying to connect, but gets lifted inside the medevac and boosts out before they could do additional damage.
Roro, he is not looking too hot right now. It's 118 to 142 supply. Flash taking a humongous lead in this game. Can those Zerglings even finish off the medevacs in the main? I don't know. And now the 4th base of Roro is going to be under attack by a huge army coming from Flash's side of the map.
Not that many players can manage against this. You got the attack inside the main base, you have the attack at the 4th base, and you have the attack at the 3rd base. The person who was attacking, he planned this beforehand, so yes, it's better for him. The player who defends, he needs to scout around his bases completely every single time, and look at all the Swarm Host getting taken out. And also the third base is under attack, even against the 3 Marines. Look how many drones were lost. 42 drones have been lost throughout the whole game. And even then, Flashy just lifting away using the booster to get out of there at the position when he needs to.
All right, so Flash is just pretty much dominating Roro at this point. He has killed an insane amount of drones. Roro still somehow managing to hold on here. He has Swarm Hosts. He has a few Banelings and Zerglings left. But the Widow Mines, they are planted at the 4th base now, and it's just going to make it really hard for Roro to really finish off these units here.
Well, the last Widow Mine hit that actually worked against Flash. Yes, it did hit the Zergling, but it also killed a medevac of its own. That also shows that Terran players, they need to watch out on where they fight, because Widow Mines, they could deal friendly splash shots.
All right, so I think Roro is going to be able to clean this up. He should be. Flash, though, he keeps reinforcing to that location. Does he have enough units to break Roro's position here with the Swarm Hosts? I'm not sure.
Roro saying, please take it slow so that I can focus inside this game, man. You're dropping too much around the map, and Flash is like, come on.
Flash is dropping all over the place, man. His multitasking skills are insane.
Yeah, and he's also saying booster is not as as you think, but today it seems extra fast.
Did he really say that?
Yeah, I mean, Roro also saying, please nerf. And
wow.
Really nice play by Roro, sending all of his Zerglings to Flash's army and drawing out the splash damage against the Marines and the medevacs.
Another huge drop coming in at the natural there with more reinforcements continuously coming from Flash. This is non-stop attacking and harassment from Flash, but it looks like he's going to continue the attack here. He is not done.
Yeah, but he's not getting rid of the Swarm Host, the 6 Swarm Hosts that he has right now. Yes, he did kill one more, but those are just defending against some of the attack at the 4th base, and that forces Flash to move away into the main base, into the 3rd base, just trying to use the booster to drop and trying to harass a few drones here and there.
Flash will never stop dropping, it seems. These medevacs are all over the place, and the Widow Mines, they are still being quite annoying here, but one dropship does get taken out here, and now we have more units being boosted into the natural of Roro. There's a lot of Widow Mines, though, at this 4th base from Roro, though. I'm not sure if he can hold on much longer.
Well, he does have the Swarm Host, and you know he has the Locust coming out, so as long as he has a vision, and as long as he has units over there, he'll be able to defend the attack to 4th base, no problem. That's why Flash is just trying to drop everywhere, but Roro, now he finally focused. He dealt with the drop at the natural completely with the 1 Mailing and 2 Zerglings. And now Flash, he has tons of medevacs, but he's only down to 24 Marines.
Wow, that's true. Roro, he is starting to build up his drone supply again. I believe he's at 65 right now to the 67 of Flash. He's going to deny that 4th base as well. That is actually very big, and amazingly, I think Roro has managed to stabilize.
Yeah, so how do you feel about Swarm Host in this matchup?
Well, I wasn't too sure about them, but it looks like in this situation that they're actually working pretty well for Roro, because Flash's non-stop aggression, I think without the Swarm Hosts, I think he could have just eventually overran Roro.
Roro just saying, hold on a minute, can we battle 5 minutes later because I need to refocus into the game. And Flash saying, oh, you're just defending so well. Even before, Roro was also talking about how the boosters were imbalanced, and Flash is like, oh, you're just playing terrible right now to make sure that we get the nerf so that you guys can win the matches easily after the nerf.
All right, Swarm Hosts, they're repositioning here, but it looks like Flash is going to escape from there and not take any damage, but...
Oh, look at this.
My, we're going to have a big Doom drop.
And the boosters now. Roro does see this. He has up to only 4 Zerglings right now and 22 Banelings. Does he have the Banelings inside the main base to defend against this? No, the Marines are going to land the Widow Mines planting. And here comes the Banelings, but the Widow Mine also going to explode on the Banelings. Nice flip by Flash, going away from the Widow Mines. However, the Banelings connect to the Marines at the last second and takes out a lot of the Marines.
Most of the Marines have been taken out there, but there are still a few units left. And now the Swarm Hosts from Roro, they're positioned to assault this 4th base of Flash, and he's going to have to deal with that eventually here. But the drop in the main is still doing a good amount of damage to Roro. He does have the hive. He's going to try to get out those Vipers, I'm assuming, very soon here. But there's so much harassment and attacks from Flash, I don't know if he's going to get the chance.
He's just utilizing the most. Oh
85
my God!
workers killed. That is insane.
Also, that last Widow Mine. Here's also Widow Mine drop in the main base. Guess it doesn't get taken out at the last second. That one Widow Mine could take out a lot of drones right there.
Again, it looks like this attack has been stopped, but 85 workers.
85 workers. The Widow Mines are still alive. A drop at the third. How can you focus in this situation?
I have no idea how Roro is even being able to handle this, and Flash is just over and over, constant drop after drop after drop, and it's like, you know, in Wings of Liberty, people would drop with maybe 1-2 drop ships, but it seems like we're seeing 4, 5, 6 medevac drops in one location or multi-prong drops at the same time here. And with the amount of workers killed, I think that it's just going to take a toll on Roro eventually, and he's just not going to have the economy to deal with these constant harassments.
This is endless. There's no end to it.
This is actually, like, this battle has been going on for the past 10 minutes straight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And one thing that I've noticed is that Zerg players near the end of Wings of Liberty, they stopped making spine crawlers, spore crawlers at the natural, the third base, because they learned to use the Zerglings and the Banelings efficiently, so they didn't need to waste any minerals into making those. Well, I think they need to go back to start making those units, because that Widow Mine, once the energy actually saves up, it can kill a lot of drones over there.
I think that we actually need like multiple monitors that properly show all the attacks that Flash is doing at once. We have a big Widow Mine burrow here, and they're going to hit and kill a Swarm Host.
And not as efficient as possible because those 5 Widow Mines only attack one. But here we go, the scan's going down and Swarm Host picking up one by one. And look at this, and he's also talking about Calm was actually our ace player by GG.
GG, what an intense match. Constant harassment attacks. That is what I expect out of Flash now. I feel like that boost visibility for the medevac was made for him, and boy does he know how to abuse it. He's good at what he did in that game is what I'm trying to say here.
It's not even regular level of abusing. That was like so up there.
It's the god tier, man.
Oh my god.
But that's what you get when you put Flash in the hands of a unit like the medevac. He's going to use that unit to its fullest potential. And now, it's currently 3-0 in Take Bang Lee Song's favor. Both teams only have one more player that hasn't played yet.
Well, it's an event match, so I'm wondering if they're going to go into 4th set or they're just going to call it a day.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, there's no way for Roro, who's in Eternal Misery, to win the match, and it seems like that is going to be it. A 3-0 victory for Take Bang Lee Song.
All right, so unfortunately, we did not get to see Calm or Yisu play today, but we do have Take Bang Lee Song advancing to the next round, so we could see Bisu play in the future.
Yeah, well, I feel so sorry for Calm right now because Calm, he can't play as much because he's the playing coach for STX, so he doesn't get that much chance. There's still a lot of Calm fans out there, especially some of my close friends, and they wanted to see him play today, but it just didn't happen.
Unfortunately, it didn't, but Flash is just too good.